What's up, YouTube? How you doing? This is Will from Will Development, and I'm going to talk about the supplements that I take. You see in the intro, that is every single supplement that I take on a daily basis. And I'm going to go one by one and talk about them. I want to do a disclaimer before I even start, and basically let you know that I'm not going to talk about brands. You can see what brand they are. I'm not endorsing any of these brands. I'm not affiliated with any of these brands. I don't dislike any of these brands. I don't anything about these brands. I will never mention a brand name unless I'm specifically endorsed by that brand, by that company. And the reason being that there is so much danger in basically bashing any company, period. Because you need a lot of proof to make certain accusational claims. Now, I'm not monetized on YouTube, obviously you can tell because there's never any advertisements before my videos, but I might be someday, and that would be my luck, that I would make this video and I would bash one of these brands or say maybe I prefer this brand over the other one. So I'm just going to totally avoid the whole thing and just basically tell you I take this is what it does, here's why I take it. Done. That's all there is to it. So sit back, enjoy, and maybe try to have a little bit of fun. First up, we got vitamin D. This particular brand is 1,000 IUs, which is, I don't know what the hell an IU actually is, but apparently it's 250% of the vitamin D you need. The cool thing is, the way I set these supplements up was no accident. I didn't set them up just, any way I wanted to. I set them up with purpose. Basically, they were in order of things, basically in ascending order of necessities when you're a weightlifter, basically. Or kind of broing. The more bro it was, the further to the left it was. Stage right. Sorry, I was in theater a lot. I love it. So, vitamin D is one of those things where if you're a weightlifter, not necessarily is a requirement, but I'm a big proponent of the idea that if you want to be healthy and work out, you need to have a healthy lifestyle, period. Now, vitamin D, obviously, if you grew up in my generation, you know, because they spouted it in our brains every 20 fucking seconds, that it was in milk and it's good for your bones. 100% true. There's also some studies that suggest it helps reduce cognitive decline. Basically, it'll keep you from getting stupid as you get older because your body starts slowly shutting down. So this will help reduce the likelihood of you basically having cognitive decline. Some studies suggest, but it's definitely going to help your bones. Nobody's going to question that. There's no bones about that one. You got N-acetyl L-cysteine, or NAC. In the last couple of years, there's been this huge surgence of antioxidants, and everybody's preaching all their antioxidants. Look, this particular antioxidant, there's a lot of research that I have done and found that this is basically the one that has the most support behind it in terms of scientific studies and findings and research that suggests that it actually does what the hell people claim it does. This one, again, is kind of like vitamin D in that it'll support your cognitive decline, support anti-cognitive decline, I should say. On top of the fact that it'll also keep you from getting sick because antioxidants are just as the name suggests. And just like everybody keeps telling you, it's like vitamin C, which basically that's what an antioxidant is. It helps you keep you from getting sick, but it also helps with digestion a little bit too, from what I recall. I could be wrong on that one though. Let me know. Next up, we got a multivitamin. This brand is what it is. You can get any multivitamin you want. I like this particular brand. It just is what it is. The store that I buy this from has a membership program, and they sell this particular brand, which is the store's brand, for a lot cheaper than other brands are. You can go to Walmart, pick up anything. I like taking these. Different from how the package suggests you should take them, and I do a lot of my supplements that way. Vitamin D, I take one a day. The NAC, I take one a day. But the multivitamin, I actually only take one of these pills a day. And the reason is because if you actually read this particular bottle, It has like 500% of vitamin C. It's got just outrageous amounts of these nutrients in it. And really the only reason I take it is because I like having vitamin C and I like having a zinc resource in the same shot. This also has vitamin D in it, but I like to also supplement with some more vitamin D because it won't damage me if I take too much of it, and I never take it all in one shot. Now the serving suggestion of this particular brand is to take 2 pills with a meal. If you take 2 pills of vitamin C and all these other B vitamins that are in this particular brand, you're going to literally piss them all away in like 5 minutes. I exaggerate for effect, but that's basically what happens. Your body can't absorb that much stuff in one shot. I actually take 1 pill a day and I cut the bitch in half. I have 1 with my 9 o'clock meal and 1 with my 4 o'clock meal. That's all there is to it. I suggest if you have multivitamin and you take a multivitamin, you supplement the same way. For that reason, the Ayatollah fish oil. This has been making a huge, I would say resurgence. But you know, I can't really think of a time when fish oil was as popular as it is now. Everybody's talking about it, everybody wants it. The prices on it have gone up. I think Dr. Oz probably said something about fish oil. Maybe, I don't know. Fish oil is one of those things that if you work out, I recommend it, just because when you work out and you eat what you eat, you tend to have a very restricted diet, excuse me. And because of that restricted diet, it makes it hard to get some of your healthy fats in. And fish oil is exactly that. It's your healthy fats. Now, that helps triglycerides, which is cholesterol and things like that. That's just general health. I think every single person should be taking some form or getting some form somehow, whether it's through supplementation or proper dieting. You can get an olive oil, stuff like that. They should be getting their omega-3 fatty acids, or just, you know, their healthy fats. This supplement says take 1 or 2 capsules up to 3 times daily with food. I take 3 capsules a day. I take 1 first thing in the morning. First thing in the morning, I wake up, I take my NAC, vitamin D, I mix in some creatine with my Greek yogurt, and I also take 1 of these, and I eat that and drink, and that's my first thing that hits my stomach after I drink about a cup and a half of water to help me recover from being dehydrated from the sleep I just had. Then you got, then I take it 2 more times, take 1 with my 11 o'clock meal and then 1 with my 4 o'clock meal. So I spread them out throughout the day. Like I do with most of my supplements, I like to spread them out. That way I get the best chance of absorption that I could possibly have. Next up, creatine. Get any brand you want. Creatine, read anywhere. It is not a steroid. Let me say that first off. So people who say it's a steroid, shut up. Creatine is 3 specific amino acids that occur naturally in the body and naturally in food. Now, as far as I remember, the Olympics actually bans creatine. I have no fucking idea why. I think it's because when people find out how actually good this stuff is for just general people, not to mention people who work out, they start getting nervous and they want to call it a growth hormone, or they want to call it a performance enhancing drug. Well, you know what? It does enhance performance. It enhances cell repair and cell growth, fixing the cell, making the cell bigger. I kind of ramble, sorry. It's just like I get angry when people call creatine like a growth hormone or a performance enhancing drug. It occurs naturally in steak, chicken, all that. 5 grams a day. I take it all in one shot. This is one of the few supplements I actually take in one shot. And the only reason I do that is because my other proteins, my 2 beef proteins that I take throughout the day, have creatine in them also. So I'm getting 5 shots, boom, first thing in the morning. I probably piss it or shit most of it away. I'm fine with that loss. I would rather have too much of the stuff in my system than not enough when it comes to creatine. And I think every person should sprinkle this. This has no flavor whatsoever. You can mix this right in with water. I mix it in with my food. Sometimes I spike my beans with my rice and beans. I spike it with this. Just add a bunch of extra amino acids. It's not bad. Anybody who says it is doesn't do enough research, baby. Next up, we got casein. Casein is a slow digesting protein. I take it right before I go to bed. Like I brush my teeth, I have it shaken up. I like a really, really thin shake. I don't like chunks coming out my mouth. It pisses me off. So I actually add about twice the amount of water that they say to add with that because I like it thin. And this particular brand is so tasty, strong, I should say, in taste that a thinner shake doesn't really matter. It just kind of tastes more like cocoa when you do that, or hot chocolate, you know. Casein is made out of milk, and it's a slow digesting protein. That's why I take it, like literally I'm laying in bed and I chug it. Because 8 hours without any kind of nutrition could cause my body to go catabolic, which is where it starts to eat away at muscles, or itself to gain energy to repair muscles. And when you work out a lot, like I do, you know, six days a week, about an hour and a half, 2 hours, every day I work out, you want to have an anabolic state as much as possible. So this helps me do that. Casein is one of those things I kind of only recommend to people who work out. It's not recommended you use it as a meal replacement, but let me put it this way. If you know you're gonna go a long time without any kind of food or something like that, this is kind of a good way to help keep your body fueled, because it is good quality protein. And if you get a good brand, the protein quality will be really high, and you can pretty much live off of it. Skipping a meal, I should say. You can take one of these shakes instead. I say add it with it, and then you're getting digestion all the way through. And this is kind of one of those just in case sort of things. All supplements are basically just that. Let's add this on just to make sure. This is the same. Next up, we got just my basic general protein. When I bulk, I like to take beef protein. Branding doesn't matter. I'll talk more about beef protein I talk more about beef protein in my other video, just because I don't have time to talk about in depth beef protein and whey protein, the differences. I take beef protein because it doesn't make me feel bloated. I do happen to digest beef protein better than, say, whey protein. I've never tried soy protein. I've tried egg protein, and I digested that just fine too. Whey protein I don't digest bad or anything. I have no problem with milk or lactose. I happen to be one of those people that can pretty much eat or drink as much dairy as I want, and I really don't get many adverse effects. So I like beef. That's just my basic protein, about 23 grams. I'm an advocate of saying that amount of protein won't absorb into my body as well as, say, drinking it over a long period of time. But that's another one of those supplements I take just to add a little bit more, just make sure I stay anabolic as much as possible. So that's why I take that beef protein. The big boy, the mass gainer. I'm bulking right now. I like a mass gainer. This mass gainer tells you to put 4 scoops in 1 glass, spin that bitch up and drink it. 720 calories. Now here's what's cool though. No sugar, no fiber, but there are carbs. 50 grams of protein per serving. What I do is I take it in between my meals. I take one 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock I eat, 10 o'clock I take a shake, 11 o'clock I eat. From 11 to 1, I don't do anything to my body. I let it all digest. I usually take a shit somewhere around there. Then I take another one at 1, and then my last one's at 3 o'clock. And I take basically 1 serving throughout the whole day to help keep my body anabolic. That's all there is to mass gainers, and that's why I take it. So I hope you enjoyed. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, hit me up. I'm expecting people to say something about this video, asking me what brands I recommend, that sort of thing. I'm not going to get into brands. If you privately message me or something on Facebook or Instagram at Will Development, Facebook.com/Will Development, on Twitter at Will Develop MNT. You leave me a specific comment or I don't know if there's a private message in YouTube, which my channel you should really subscribe to for some more videos, weekly updates from me. Like, comment, subscribe this video itself. Let me know. And if you still have some questions about what I'm taking, even after you've just watched this video, what's your excuse?